My name is Mark Beaumont. I'm an ambassador for the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and I've been very proud to be associated with the University of Dundee for many years. I was formerly the rector, got to know the team in a lot of, through some fantastic years, and when the Centre for Entrepreneurship opened, it was a real privilege to be there to help cut the ribbon and to see the legacy that they've already created in the short years that they've been working so hard with Brian and the rest of the team. So for everyone joining the venture competition final, the finale for the entrepreneurship week, we've of course got staff, students, and graduates, but we've also got sponsors, investors, support organisations from across Scotland. I noticed whilst we were all joining the call here, Professor Ian Gillespie. I also saw Gary McEwen and a few other familiar faces. So wherever you're dialing in from this afternoon, whether it's Dundee or from across Scotland, you're very, very welcome. And for those who have been busy with the rest of Entrepreneurship Week, I know it's been a fantastic success. I had the opportunity to join in on Wednesday evening with Joanna Basford's keynote presentation, which I thought was a fantastic conversation. And I hope, however you've been involved this week, you've got something from the workshops. For those who haven't until this point in time, just sort of for your awareness, there's been a whole series of fantastic workshops running, covering a range of topics useful to startup businesses, scale-up businesses, spin-outs from the Centre for Entrepreneurship. Starting on Monday morning with opportunity recognition, pretty good place to start. Commercializing research, getting your business off the ground, sales coaching, women in business, and growth mindset for entrepreneurship. You know, I'm sure we can all agree, hugely important topics. And then yesterday, there was a whole series of private, really in-depth pitches, presentations, and I hope they went well. The judging has been going on, and this afternoon is an opportunity for the 22 finalists to have their final public pitches, and there'll be sort of a live vote. Everyone involved can participate, and regardless of the outcome, it's such a useful process for people to not just understand what they're passionate about and the ideas that they've got, but to learn to communicate them effectively. It's a really difficult process to try and allow other people, be that investors or collaborators, to understand your passion and the way you see the world and often the market opportunity. So this whole process, getting ready for the pitch, doing the pitch, and then taking feedback and constructively using that feedback to then reshape the business model, sometimes the route to market and how you're going about what you're doing, is such a fundamental skill set for entrepreneurs to learn. Having good ideas is kind of the easy bit. Then putting them into action and working in partnership with organizations, investors and others is often the tricky bit, and making sure your ideas are viable, investable, scalable is really the piece of the process which is probably most valuable, and I know something that the Centre for Entrepreneurship puts a huge amount of focus on. So good luck to all those pitching this afternoon. I'm sure you'll be nervous, but I also know you're very well prepared from the coaches and mentors at the centre. I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors and those who have made the Entrepreneurship Week possible. The prize fund is £38,000, which makes it one of the largest entrepreneurship funds and prizes throughout any university in Scotland. It really is a significant source of backing for these early ideas, and a big thank you for those who make this possible. Elevator, DC Thompson, IDEA, and the Engineers in Business Fellowship are the industrial sponsors, and the 8 schools and departments from across the university who have got behind the competition sponsoring specific category prizes. And within the 4 categories this afternoon, there's an iPad up to be won, which is of course the public vote, which everyone can be a part of. And Converge and Johnson and Carmichael have put up those prizes. It's by way of brief background, I said at the start that I've been very proud to be associated with the University of Dundee for many years. But if you know me at all, you probably know me as an athlete and a broadcaster. When I graduated 17 years ago, I went off to pedal around the planet, and I've done that twice, and I've led expeditions to 130 countries. But what you probably don't know is I spend half my life in a suit and half my life in Lycra. I always joke that I've got half of my life in investing and scaling early stage businesses and half in making interesting films and broadcasting, which is a portfolio approach that I really enjoy. But the commonality between the two is quite amazing. When I go out there with my own projects and I'm trying to raise finance, build teams, build earned media value and market awareness around what I'm doing. And then I'm working with a life science company or a technology business or something in clean tech, and they're facing exactly the same challenges. So people often think that sport and adventure is simply a metaphor for business, but actually, if you're at the heart of building success, building impact, then you end up having exactly the same conversations. So I'm very passionate about entrepreneurship, and there's an amazing ecosystem in Scotland of collaboration to take ideas from the university stage into the business world. And I think collaboration is the key here. We see so many businesses pitching to my organization for equity funding. And normally these great ideas assume that they can do it themselves. You know, they can somehow own the market that they are going to, the disruptive technology or innovation they've got, and they'll just do it on their own, that in and of themselves. And so often we need to encourage them to shift the business model and say, well, if you've got something which can be protectable, there's some great innovation or IP in that, then you've got to prove that concept, often license it, work in collaboration with larger players in the market, and really scale these ideas quickly. And whether that's the funding structures or other people in similar markets who can share resources, it's the joined up approach, which I think actually makes Scotland at large a really fantastic incubator for innovation and technology. And that's supported with, public funding, match funding, if you can find it. And if you speak to entrepreneurs in the US and other parts of the planet, whilst we might look at envy at the scale of some of the markets they operate in, I actually think in Dundee, in Scotland at large, we've got a wonderfully connected ecosystem when it comes to entrepreneurship. And we're living at a really exciting time where we can connect with people easier than we ever did before. We don't have to drive and meet people. We can do exactly this. We can pick up the phone to anyone who we think can complement what we're doing. And it's the last 12 months has brought around extraordinary change with businesses of all sizes in terms of how we do business. So to have a disruptive technology or something which is coming to the market and is really sort of changing the way people think, it's a great time. It's a great time to be launching. Scotland at large, Scotland Inc. is going to face a huge amount of challenges in the coming years around employment, around tax revenues, around the big bag challenges of a global pandemic, the unintended consequences we're about to face together as a nation. But on the micro level, being entrepreneurial minded and having that skill set to pivot, adapt, collaborate, gives us the best opportunities to actually be part of the solution, to really think creatively about how we can play our part. This is job creation. This is about building businesses at scale, which are, making a real dent in the world. So for everyone involved with the Centre for Entrepreneurship, be it the mentors, the staff, the sponsors, thank you for all your hard work over the years. And this year, having to move everything online, I think you've done a fantastic job. For those who have been a part of the program, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm sure you've got a lot out of this week. And for the rest of this afternoon, you've got an opportunity to pitch to to bring your presentations into 1 minute 1 minute pitches, and to share that with the wider world and the 115 people who are now on this call. So at this point, I'll hand over to Brian McNichol, who can set the scene for the rest of the afternoon. There he is. You won't recognise him though, because he's let his hair down since that photograph. But I hope you enjoy the pitches this afternoon. I will be watching with interest, and I look forward to getting back up to Dundee as soon as I'm allowed to, and catching up with a lot of you in person. Well done, and enjoy the afternoon.
Thank you, Mark. That was a fantastic introduction to set the scene for the rest of the event. We're really proud to have you as our entrepreneurial ambassador for the centre, having been around the world twice. I think you've got probably more understanding of how the world works and how different countries and internationalisation works than pretty much anyone. So we're really lucky to have you as a resource to help support and encourage our new businesses, and also to help promote everything we do. So thanks for setting the scene. Mark's off to do a virtual cycle, I think, after this. So,
but I can have another screen running. I'll be listening keenly to your pitches this afternoon. So
great. Okay, so as Mark said, my name is Brian McNichol. I lead the centre. Got a bit of feedback there from someone. And today's event, as Mark says, concluding our 5th annual Entrepreneurship Week. And there was some fantastic events, in particular the Joanna Basford event that was mentioned by Mark on Wednesday night. She's got an illustration business, and one of our products are adult themed adult colouring books for therapy and for relaxation. And she's sold 21 million copies of these globally. She's one of our graduates from Duncan Johnson, graduating way back in 2005. But we had 2,600 people registered for that event from Bolivia, Macedonia, Cayman Islands, Australia, all over. So I wonder if there's going to be somebody here today that's going to go on to have that type of success. Let's hope so. So a little bit of background to the competition. So this is the 5th version of 5th time we've run Venture in its new form. Sandra Oza's here from the Doctoral Academy, who's run it for many years before then through OPD, and she passed the baton on to us when it was established. This year we had 8 categories, and we had 44 initial applicants across the university, which has now been whittled down to the 22 finalists. As Mark says, a record fund of £38,000. There can be multiple winners within each category, and there's a discretionary fund over and above the individual funding for each category that the judges have allocated depending on the most deserving businesses. So all the hard work was done yesterday from the teams and the judges. 6.5 hours, I think it was in total. It was a long day, so hopefully the applicants and the judges have all recovered. But yesterday they did a 3-minute pitch, a live pitch over Teams privately, with 5 minutes Q&A. So the winners have been decided, and they will be announced at the very end of this. But this is the opportunity today for them to do a 1-minute pitch showcase, to showcase their idea and themselves to the wider audience. And we also have a live audience vote. So we need you guys to really concentrate and take in each pitch. There'll be a vote every 2 categories. So there's 4 iPads to give away, as Matt says, sponsored by Converse Challenge and Johnson Carmichael. So there'll be up to 6 pitches at a time you have to vote for. And this is not necessarily just the best business idea, but also the way they pitched it. And it's 1 minute. It's very difficult to get across your business concept in 1 minute. So which pitch do you believe was the most professionally delivered and got you most excited? And that's what we're looking for. And those teams will win one of the 4 iPads. I'm going to ask one of the team to put the brochure for today in the chat, or to email everyone it as a PDF, or even there's a link actually to our website which you could probably use. So you can look at that as well throughout, just get a bit more background on each team. After everyone pitches today, one of our esteemed judging panel will provide some feedback on behalf of all the judges. So there'll be no Q&A because that was all done yesterday, but just a bit of feedback based on the judging process. So for all the people pitching, your team can jot down the feedback. It might be useful for the future. Well, I know it will be. And the winners, obviously there's funding available, but there's also an automatic place on Elevator's Summer Accelerator Programme on offer. So we're getting ready to get going now. The final thing I should say is you see the hashtag on the right-hand side of the screen, UOD Ent Week 21. Please feel free to use that when you're wanting to talk about any of the exciting ideas you're going to hear today on all social media channels. So we're nearly there now. So Mark did thanks to the sponsors, and he kind of mentioned them individually, but another huge thank you. And a number of you have continued to sponsor us year after year, and without the support, we simply couldn't run the competition. So, you know, we really do value all your help and support, and we look forward to keep working with you. And all the judges, in fact, this year were all sponsors. So they dedicated a lot of time reading all the proposals, and doing the pitch judging yesterday, and dedicating money as well. And also like to say a thanks to the stage one judges who filtered through the first initial 44 applications. So huge thanks there. So before we get going, I just want you to meet the judging panel quickly. First off, we have Yusuf Okay who's based in Dundee. He's one of our graduates. You've probably all seen his product. He's got a hydration brand called Ion 8. It's a leak-proof water bottles, and I think it's one of the most popular, best-selling water bottles in all of Amazon. I think it's in the Amazon Hall of Fame. And he's also got the NA Sharp knife sharpener, and he's had over 2 decades of experience in growing and leading significant startup businesses, specifically related around products. So delighted to have him on board, and we're delighted to have Idea as a sponsor this year as well, which has been fantastic. We've got Professor Gary McEwen from Elevator, and he's also Honorary Professor of Entrepreneurship at the Centre for Entrepreneurship. And Gary oversees Elevator, who are our partners, who we've formed the joint centre with on campus, who runs the Accelerator programme with Kat Ward and Andy Campbell in Dundee. So Gary's an entrepreneur himself with many business successes, and he's been such a long-term supporter of everything we've done here at the centre and for Venture. We've got Anne Muir, who's internal. She works for Research and Innovation Services for a long time. She heads up IP and commercialisation. She leads a lot of the spin-out businesses, and the spin-outs are the ones that are taking university research to commercialise it for the world as a business idea. And Anne's an entrepreneur as well. She's created a very successful women-focused fashion brand for raincoats called Protected Species. So I'll get that plug in there for you, Anne. So she brings a lot of wealth and experience to the process. We've got Claudia Cavaluzzo, who leads Converge across Scotland. And Converge is a very important part of the startup and spin-out ecosystem in Scotland, and it's a competition to try and find the next best startup and spin-outs across Scotland's universities with a huge prize fund. And this closes for this year on the 30th of March, Tuesday, I think it is. So please, we encourage you, particularly everyone who's made it to the final today, please think about applying for that. And, you know, as always, we can help you through that journey. And finally, last but not least, we've got John Thompson, who is Director of Strategic Investments for DC Thompson's. And John this is his 3rd year on the panel and as a sponsor. And John leads DC Thompson's investments into private companies. And DC Thompson's is such a huge part of Dundee as a city. So it's really great to have that kind of tie to such an important company. And John's got a really varied career, working overseas for a long time in sectors such as pharmaceuticals, consumer goods, natural resources, and most recently in fintech and blockchain spaces. So you can see by the wealth of experience in this panel, this competition hasn't been taken like lightheartedly. This is a serious competition. The businesses have all been scrutinised to help us find out who the next business stars can be, and that was all completed yesterday, thanks to the judging panel. So that is the introduction finished, and I'm sorry if that's taken longer, but now we're going to pick up pace. We're ready to go into the exciting bit of today, which is the live pitching. We're going to kick off with the Student Award, sponsored by IDEA and the University of Dundee School of Business. Now remember, there's a 1-minute pitch for the next 2 categories, so look out for which one you would like to vote for, and you'll see an audience vote option come up after these 2 categories have finished. So without further ado, I'm going to ask the first team, Athena Beauty, to unmute themselves. Are you there, guys?
Hello, yes, we're here.
Okay, so if you're ready to go, I'll put on your first slide, and then you've got 1 minute to showcase your business. You're the first of today, so delighted to have you to kick things off. So I'll give you a 3-second countdown, and you can get going. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Komalafe, and my team and I have noticed the gap in the haircare market. Did you know that Black British women spend 6 times more on haircare than their white counterparts? This is mainly because they have limited access to salons, as only 1% of the salons in the UK cater to them. They also have limited knowledge on the right product to use for their hair. My team and I have been able to come up with a solution to this problem. We have created Athena Beauty, an online one-stop hair shop that caters to your hair needs, especially during this difficult time where all the hair salons are closed. We're providing you with a personalized haircare kit and a one-to-one consultations that caters to your hair needs. We also provide you with the access to community where you can share updates and be encouraged through your hair journey. We'll be looking to generate revenue through advertisement, sales, and consultation, and be able to provide employment to various people with various skills in Scotland. Thank you very much for your time.
Fantastic first pitch of the day to kick things off, and bang on time as well. I'm going to ask, who's delivering this one? I'm just pulling up my notes.
Me, Brian. Gary.
Gary, I thought it was you. Yeah, Gary, if you could kick things off, thank you.
Sure. Well, thank you, Athena Beauty. So you and the team spoke yesterday with so much enthusiasm during your pitch. The judges were really impressed with your drive, and we enjoyed being educated on the challenges of controlling Afro-Caribbean hair, something I can't claim to have a problem with. Having identified the lack of salon expertise and also helped by the isolation that we've all faced through lockdown, you and the team seem to have reimagined a service that caters for this niche, but importantly, a large community of potential clients. Your plan to engage that community and create resources where their personal hair journey can be supported appears to have provided you with an opportunity to make a business from personalising and customising a service that provides consultation advice and hair kit products into this market. So the judges felt that you had an opportunity to build a potentially global business and then try and reap the rewards of building that community once you find ways to monetize that community. So thank you for presenting to us. We really enjoyed listening to you, and we wish you all the very best for the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and thanks, Gary, for that first bit of feedback. So this is the way it's going to work today. So we'll keep the pace going. So the second and final applicant and finalist in this category is Lauren Pringle from Peace of Mind. Lauren, are you there?
Yep.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Right, so you got your camera on?
Yeah. Am I showing fine? Yeah.
Yes. So,
Okay.
ready to go? I'll count you in.
Okay, so
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm Lauren, a final year psychology student hoping to become the world's #1 mental health journal provider. So 1 in 4 adults in the UK are affected by mental health each year, and this figure is only rising, which means emerging from this pandemic, we're going to be faced with another global health crisis, which is our extremely underfunded mental health services. So my journals intend to be a therapeutic tool to help people overcome their struggles and reach their full potential. No current best-selling journal author has an educational background in psychology, and from testing their journals, I believe most lack the basic psychological research to ensure their journals are effective. My first journal will have daily routine questions based on cutting-edge research, routine questions, monthly quick check-in questions intended to nurture positive emotional well-being and cognitive behavioural exercises throughout. Currently, I help provide psychological support to around 50 people a week, and that's why I want to give back, and I want to transition into a social enterprise where I can give 25% of my profits each year to make a difference.
Thank you, Lauren. Perfect timing again. John, I think you're going to present back on this one. John there?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
So Lauren, well done. The judges were very impressed with the clarity of your presentation and ideas. We were also very impressed. You were, I think, the only startup throughout the day yesterday who had demonstrated an ability to generate revenue at a very early stage and also learn from those experiences. That impressed us. And, obviously you're leveraging your knowledge and everything you've learned at university in psychology in developing these journals that you just talked about and referred to in your pitch. So we wish you very well in that. It's a great thing to be doing, most particularly at the current time. So well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. And thank you, Lauren. You can relax now. And we're going to move on to the next category, the School of Art and Design category, which is £2,500, sponsored by our School of Art and Design. So first up in this category, we have Aaron Donald from Creative Futures. Aaron, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. You got your camera on, have you?
Yeah, should do.
Okay. Yeah, can see you now. Right, I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect. I'm Aaron Donald. I've worked in the media industry for over 10 years. I've recently worked with some of the biggest brands such as Microsoft, Budweiser, and Liverpool Football Club. I've been fortunate enough in my own career. This is down to my own mindset and my opportunities that I've reached, such as placements, internships, and support from mentors. But unfortunately, it's a harsh reality that in the creative industries, we sometimes don't get this. So 85% of students felt unprepared when they entered their first job. This is truly worrying, and this is why I created Creative Futures. I believe that young creatives are the trailblazers, the change makers, and the next pioneers in our industry. So join our movement and be part of the change to unlock the potential in millions of young creatives worldwide. Perfect. That's me. Thank you.
Brilliant, Aaron. Well done. Who've we got pitching back on this one? We have Gary again.
Sorry, Gary, I think you're muted.
My apologies. Sorry, Aaron, you were the first presentation that the judging panel heard yesterday, and you certainly set a high bar for everyone. Your presentation style was great, and we all took to you immediately and listened intently to how you described this large gap that creatives have when they leave university and enter the job market. You yourself have a very good background, having 10 years of experience working with some top brands, and you've learned a lot in that time, and that's a very good grounding on which to start a business with that level of real industry knowledge. Building a business model that uses that experience in a way that imparts knowledge into those that are coming up through the ranks, that's got a lot of merit, especially if you do it through the creation of a community of creatives. In the years to come, I think real business value will be created within community building. I think from a judge's perspective, we rather wish that your ambitions for the business were as big as we think the potential could be, but we hope that, you know, once you get going, you'll soon find that the opportunity has even more merit than you think it does. So our advice is just to crank up the ambition levels.
Fantastic, thank you, Gary. I'm sure Aaron will take that on board, and yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity there. Next up, we've got Glenn with Nozzle. Glenn, are you there?
Yeah, hi everyone.
Good to see you. Right, I'll get your slide lined up. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
So good afternoon everyone. 2 to 3 million people ride their bikes every day in the UK. I want you to imagine having the perfect bicycle, your dream bike, one that fitted you so well that it felt like it was part of your body, rode effortlessly, and each pedal stroke felt like it was a joy. The bike was exactly meant for you. Well, Nozzle have made a solution and can deliver that dream. I'm Glenn Craig, a fourth-year product designer and the founder and CEO of Nozzle Cycles. I'm 6'7" myself, and finding the right bike for me is a near impossible task, and for many others too. Nozzle Cycles design and manufacture high-end and fully recyclable road bikes to order, utilising 3D printing to allow faster manufacture, meaning less waiting times for you, the customer, and complete customisation of size, shape, colour and components. Nozzle will provide a tailored fit specifically for you. Why compromise? Make it a tailor-made for you. Make it the future, and make it Nozzle Cycles. 3D printed bikes are the way of the future, so let's start now and vote for Nozzle Cycles. Thank you.
Fantastic, Glenn. Great pitch. Really confident, just like yesterday. Yusuf, are you there?
Yes, absolutely. I actually tried to take this review just because I'm really into my bikes. I think it's a great idea. It's clearly a great idea, but there was a couple of things that I wanted to feed back on, Glenn. One, I think I fed back during the judging yesterday that we don't need to go into too much, which was issues of pricing and so on. But moreover, it's not just for extremely tall people or extremely short people, and we discussed that in the judging yesterday. From my perspective, there are disproportionate people also of regular size, and I think that's a huge marketplace, and it changes for me the perspective of the business when it can apply to such a big audience. Also, it's the kind of business where the technology is still developing, so it's definitely going to get cheaper and will most likely become the standard, I would think, in time. The final feedback I'd give you, Glenn, is that maybe you want to consider the potential to add motors as well, seeing as you're going down this road anyway. But generally speaking, it's a great idea. In my view, it's definitely got potential. It's a bit it's a long road for someone like me who's already rolling on something. But if I were you, I would say exactly what you say to everyone else. Once you start on Nozzle, you never go back. This thing is definitely going to work.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Yusuf. Yeah, the judges were really impressed with that one yesterday. A very exciting idea and very innovative. So we're on to the final pitch for this category for the Art and Design Student Award, and this is Sins. Is Fatima? Is it you that's pitching?
Yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Fatima, and today our business manager Elia will be presenting our pitch.
Hi.
Hiya. Right, I'll kite you in. Hold on a second.
No problem.
3, 2, 1, go.
If you cannot take pain relief drugs to reduce menstrual pain, we hear you. Sense is an innovative heating bag that forms an exothermic chemical reaction of sodium acetate, which is a safe, non-toxic, and organic compound. Just apply it on your pain area, relax, and take a cup of tea. Because of its small and discreet form, you can take it anywhere and reuse it at work, at a coffee shop, your choice. We look forward to growing our business and adding a more diverse product line. In addition, we plan on creating 6 new jobs and a £3 million turnover over the next 3 years. Follow us on Instagram and our website, senseclick.com, to have a chat with Fatima, our product designer, with our sales manager, with Bea, our social media and website manager, or myself, the business manager, future CEO of Sense. With Sense, receive heat with a single click.
Thank you very much, guys. Yusuf?
Yes, I actually loved this project just because it's somewhat similar to the things that I do, but it really brings up a bigger discussion about what is entrepreneurship. And I suppose there are many elements, but this one leans very heavily into commercial. There is no IP, there is no protection. There's just a spirit of adventure, and I love it because there's nothing to it. And so I actually think it exhibits it's got a very low cost of entry. It has a high level of return. It exhibits money making, the money making end of entrepreneurship, which until yesterday, honestly speaking, I thought was all there was. So it was interesting to see all the other things that entrepreneurship brings. But for me, given where I've been over the years, I really love this project, and I think I said in the judging yesterday, I think it'll sell all day, provided they get the right resources behind them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Yusuf. That was a really positive bit of feedback there, and I'm sure you'll be able to chat with the team if they reach out to you, which I'm sure they will do. So we're now onto the exciting part of the first live audience vote. Dominica from our team is going to bring up the poll. And there's 5 businesses you've heard from: Athena Beauty, Peace of Mind, Creative Futures, Nozzle, and Sense. So you can all vote. You could vote for your own team. You could vote for a competitor, and for the audience, just who inspired you the most. And let's see who comes out on top. We've got 145 people now in the audience, so a lot of votes will be coming in. We've got 56 votes so far.
Hi, I don't see the pop-up for voting on my end.
You can't see it? Are you on a mobile phone?
Yes.
That might be the issue. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Glenn, you've got your hand up as well.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that.
Okay.
I can't. I'm on a laptop, Brian, and it's Trisha here. I'm on a laptop here, and actually, I haven't got any pop-ups either.
Oh. Well, we're just going to have to go with
just go.
But it might be an older version of Teams or something. But you'd be disappointed because you'd want to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
We've got 84 votes in now. Hopefully, most people can vote. Sorry about that for those who can't. But I don't think it'll work on mobile phones.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, I'm the same. I can't vote.
Oh, it must be something. Are you on?
And I'm on Teams also.
Yeah.
Can I maybe just offer that you should be in the meeting chat option and not the participant option?
It should pop up in the middle of your screen.
Yeah, I have that.
You can also access it on the poll.
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah, you'll all be able to see it in the chat as well, guys.
Great, thank you.
Right, so we'll just give people a minute more to do, and then we'll know what we're doing now for the next one. But okay, I'm going to bring it to a close now. Dominica, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So well done to Nozzle and Glenn. Well done. You've won the first iPad for today. So we'll get that to you. But very well done. You had the most engaging pitch for the audience, and that's what we're doing for going forward. But well done, Glenn. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, everyone. That's amazing.
Right. So sorry for some of the teasing issues, but yeah, I think even on iOS you should be able to access it in the chat, so everyone can vote. Right. So that was a really good start. First five pitches. So let's keep this going. We're moving swiftly on to the School of Life Sciences category. £3,000 of funding, kindly sponsored by the School of Life Sciences. Let's start with Bless Your Brain, Hineke. And is it you that's pitching, Hineke?
Hi. Can you see us?
Yes.
Perfect. Hi. Hi there.
Hello.
So can we go one slide forward?
Yeah. Okay, I'll count you guys in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi there. So we are Noelia and Hanika here, and we would like to tell you a little bit about our idea, Bless Your Brain. Have you ever wondered what goes on inside your head when you're feeling down, stressed, or perhaps excited? We certainly have, and we're both neuroscience students. We want to make easy to understand illustrations and explanatory captions on Instagram about neuroscience to teach people a bit about what goes on inside their heads. We think that this is very important since 1 in 4 people in the UK will suffer from mental health issues at some point during their lives. And of course, this is very concerning. We think that understanding the brain will help people take more control of their mental health. Since we want to keep this free, we want to approach it as a social enterprise, so therefore we'll get external funding from mental health organizations. And therefore, because it's still in an idea stage, we would like to get the expertise from the Center for Entrepreneurship and the funding that will definitely help us get started. Thank you very much for listening, and if you like our idea, please support us in achieving it. Yes, that's us.
Oh, sorry. Fantastic, guys. We're going to pass on to Claudia.
Great. Perfect. Cheers. Okay.
Hello, girls. Good to see you again. The judges were really impressed with the passion and commitment that came across your pitch today and yesterday. And I think you bring a lot of credibility to this proposition, given your background. The brain is a fascinating organ, and so many people ignore what works inside, what happens inside. And I think if this can bring people closer to understanding what goes wrong sometimes, it can really make a difference. So you want this to be a social enterprise, which is absolutely commendable. We would like to encourage you to think big, even if it's a social enterprise, even if a social enterprise needs to make money to be able to deliver products and services that help people. So do think about how you're going to monetize this. And together we also discussed about your area that you're focusing on, and we would like to encourage you to maybe narrow it down a little bit into, mental health is such a huge problem, perhaps focus on some sub area of mental health to really get you started. But this is a commendable project, and we all wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well done. So yeah, a really worthy idea there. A lot of the ideas, particularly from our students, were related around mental health. Such a huge issue at the moment, and compounded by the pandemic. So it's great to see so much attention and focus on trying to figure out ways to alleviate that pain for some people. Next one up, we've got Calabais from Favoured. Favoured, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello. Get your camera on.
Hello,
Thank
everyone.
you. Hello. I'll count you in.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Favoured Walter-Gwacha. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Calabais is a piezoelectric fitness mat that generates electricity from pressure applied on it during workouts. This will help to motivate people to exercise more frequently, thereby reducing the incidence of cancer and other chronic diseases. In Israel, piezoelectric technology has been applied to power street lights. In Nigeria and Brazil and so many other countries, piezoelectric technology has been applied to power football stadiums. The question on my mind is, why does the energy you generate during exercise have to be wasted? Calabais is here to utilize this energy to charge up a power bank that you can use to charge your phone, use it as a torchlight, you can use it to play music, you can use it as a fitness monitor, and we hope to help to make the world a better place. Thank you so much, and vote for us to bring this idea to light. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Favoured. Really well done. Right on time as well. I think we're on to back to John Thompson for this one.
Yeah, Favoured, well done. The judges all enjoyed your pitch yesterday, and I think we had a good discussion about the very novel invention that you are working on. We were impressed by the research which you'd done on the product, although, as you will recollect, I think we felt that you needed to give further thought as to the pricing of your product, just in terms of the value that it may represent to a potential customer. There is no doubt that you've got a lot of creativity and vision with this business idea, and we wish you the very best of luck as you take it forward.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John, for that analysis, and thank you, Favoured. It was a really good pitch, and again, you did really well today as well, so best of luck for the rest of today. We'll move on in this category. Inena for So Cooler. Are you there?
Yeah.
You can put your camera on, and then we'll get you going.
Yeah, my camera is on now.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'll count you in. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, distinguished audience. A global threat requires global action. And excuse me, that's the wrong slide. A global.
Sorry, is that the wrong slide?
Yes, please, that's the wrong slide. This is my cover page.
Oh, we'll just have to go with that one. On you go. Sorry about that. Start again. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, distinguished audience. As we all know, a global threat requires a global approach. The vaccines are here, but they require ultra low temperature. How do we distribute these vaccines from the very big cities to the tropical remote areas in different countries where you have high temperatures of 30 to 40 degrees and sometimes poor road network, sometimes poor power supply? So Cooler has got the answer. We bridge the infrastructural gap in the cold chain logistics. Why So Cooler? So Cooler, we sun it cool. We use the solar energy to cool the vaccines.
On the 29th of March was not impromptu, it was not accidental,
these
was not
get to where they ought to get to. And because
that's time. So, okay, Anonymous, that's you're just over there, but well done. we're going to pass on to John again for feedback this time.
Yeah, Anana, well done. And the judges were very impressed. This is a really challenging business that you've set out and, challenge you've set out to solve in a tricky environment too. So, we think that certainly we, believe in your belief to try and solve this problem and overcome it in the environment that you're looking to deliver it. And there's no doubt that you will deliver a major benefit in the tropical regions if successful. So we wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. And it's a very current idea at the moment, and we look forward to seeing if we can progress this with you. So well done again, and sorry if it was the wrong slide, but you did really well in any case. Well done. Okay, so we're on to the next category, the Recent Graduate Award, sponsored by IDEA. £3,000 on offer in this category. And first up, we've got Jennifer Rao-Williams with J. Rao Contemporary Apothecary. Jennifer, you there?
I am, Brian. Hello.
Hello. So Jennifer's calling all the way from Germany, and this is her third time at Venture. So she's got a lot of dedication, and she's listened to all the feedback each time, and she's continuing to pivot her business. So let's hope this is the right pivot she's on now, because she's put a lot of work into this business. So Jennifer, I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've bought shaving products like razors, cartridges, shaving foam, and it's arrived with so much plastic packaging? Well, imagine a world where your shaving products never came with plastic packaging and they were reusable, never ending up in landfill or worse, our oceans. In fact, imagine a world where your shaving products were made using ocean recycled plastic, and you, the consumer, received loyalty points on purchase to invest in marine conservation projects through a bespoke value-based app. How about a world where your shaving products were marketed to you based on your skin and hair type, not on your gender? If you could choose all of this, maintain a premium shaving experience whilst saving money, would you? We've developed a revolutionary zero-waste shaving product working with a V&A award-winning designer with support from the Scottish Enterprise. We have the partners, suppliers, and the network to deliver this vision, but we need your help. Your help will enable us to carry out IP and trademark activities so that we can bring this product to launch and truly make some waves. Thank you.
Well done, Jennifer. Yeah, that was another big theme we had, was sustainability. Yusuf, I thought you were going to present this one.
Yeah, I was. Hi, Jennifer. Wonderful pitch. I've looked at this space before, so it was very, very interesting to me. It's a huge market, of course, even if you only get a tiny percentage, and it's difficult to do something in shaving that's new. I think in recent years there's only been new presentation or distribution strategies, but nothing like this. And the amount of work required favors a nimble company, I think, rather than a conglomerate at this stage. So I think you're right on the money there, and I really do wish you the best. And also it's in some of the same space that we are in terms of we're trying to get rid of plastic bottles by selling reusable bottles. So I've looked at much of the same research, and I really think you're going to do well with this one. Good luck.
Thank you for the feedback.
Brilliant. Thank you, Yusuf. And thank you, Jennifer. Okay. So now we're on to the second one in this category, Michele with NomadWise.
Hello, everyone. Should I start?
Yep, you got your camera on. Good man.
Okay.
Right, I'll count you in.
Perfect.
3, 2, 1, go.
Have you ever asked yourself, where should I go to work? Which country is the best for me and my career? I did, and answering this question is very difficult because you have to go to a lot of different websites and you still couldn't be able to find some information. For this reason, we decided to create NomadWise, a website entirely designed to help people to decide where to go to work. This is the homepage, and as you can see, you can type a profession and a country, and once you press search, the website will display the average salary for that profession in that country, the average applicants per job offer, the tax rate, the cost of life, and other relevant information to decide if this is the right country for you. Our aim is to help young professionals from all over the world in this very important decision. So make your decision right, join NomadWise. Thank you.
Well done, Kelly. Back to Yusuf.
Yes, well done. Great presentation, Michele. I listened intently yesterday because this is one of the things the modern world needs that isn't provided in one place all at one time. And I'm talking about obviously increased travel and mobility. That's something that's going to keep on increasing as people become more and more adventurous and it gets within their reach. So I really think you've got a great idea there. Of course, it's not been done before in quite this format, so you have some work to do, but best of luck. It's really going to be a useful service.
Thank you, Yusuf, and well done, Michele.
Thanks,
We'll move on to the next applicant. Lewis, are you there?
Hello, I'm here, yes.
Right, we've got your screen. Okay. And just to let everyone know that Chris is in charge of the mics, so if they go way over the 1 minute, just to be fair to everyone, that's when they get muted. So, but we do give a bit of leeway over the 1 minute, just so you're aware of that. Right, Lewis. Talon War. 3, 2, 1, go.
Imagine a versatile spirit that can be a winter warmer, a summer refreshment, or be part of countless kinds of cocktails. Imagine finishing a fantastic night out and driving home. Imagine consuming half the amount of calories than your average gin or whiskey. Fantasy? No. Talon More, a non-alcoholic drinks company creating beverages using rooted and plant-based ingredients to replicate spirit strength drinks. Talon More's innovative methods of manufacture allow us to be more cost-effective and tastier than the other drinks currently on the market. Using brewing and infusing, we can revolutionize the flavor of non-alcoholic spirits without ever having to distill or ferment. Our flagship spirit, Talon More, utilizes ginger's warm and fiery burn, which is complemented by a fantastic range of natural ingredients. With an investment of £50,000, we'll be able to start production and secure our target revenue of £104,000 in year 1. Talon More, dare to explore.
Thank you very much, Lewis. You've really, I think it was about a year ago we first met, and you've really progressed this opportunity since then. Done a lot of work since graduating, so look forward to seeing how your launch goes. Anne, I'm going to ask you to speak about this one.
Hi, Lewis. Sorry, I had a delay there in unmuting. So we really, enjoyed your pitch. Beautiful graphics. Really gave a great, really inspired us as well. I'm a non-drinker, so really appreciated what you're trying to do. We really thought you had a lot of entrepreneurial spirit and gave a fantastic pitch. We think you're very investable. We wanted to see a bit more work on market research, just to make sure that you've really nailed your customer segment, and also some work around scaling up and how you do that in the future. But overall, fantastic pitch, and we really wish you the best.
Great, thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Anne and Lewis. It's a really lovely product, so yeah, and I think it's right on trend. Okay, so we're now on to the second audience vote, and remember now, I think some of you had some issues the last time. For most of you, it'll pop up in the middle of the screen. If it doesn't, if you're on a mobile phone, just check the meeting chat and you'll see the link there, the link to vote. So we've got 6 to vote for: Bless Your Brain, Calibize, So Cooler, J-Route Contemporary, NomadWise, or Talon More. Here it comes now. And if you could vote for your favourite pitch that you've just seen. We'll keep going. There's 148 people within 100. We've had 85 responses so far. $90 now. Keep it going for another minute or so. Keep them coming in. There's one clear winner at the moment. Okay. Nearly 100 votes. We'll give it one more minute. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I think we had a clear winner there. Well done, Lewis, with Talon Moore. Well done.
Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Really appreciate that.
Have you got an iPad already?
I don't. I'm very excited.
Perfect. So it's a good prize for you in the business.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well done. And thank you for all the votes that came in. We're moving on now to the postgraduate research category, sponsored by the Doctoral Academy at the university. And it's £2,500 in this category. First up, we've got Excite with Jordana. Are you speaking, Jordana? Or Michaela?
No, it's me speaking.
Sorry. Okay. If you get your camera on.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I'll count you in.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good afternoon. Yesterday, 12 people in Scotland died from a preventable condition, and that's not counting the coronavirus deaths. This happens every single day. Considering that we spend 30 to 40% of our lives in work, improving workplace health and well-being is crucial to mitigating this awful statistic through health prevention, as much as it is crucial to attract and retain productive employees that fuel our economy. I am Mishka, and with my business partner Jordana, we introduce you to Excite, a health, well-being, and science communications platform offering bespoke employee well-being packages for small and medium-sized enterprises. Excite offers a fusion of education technology, monthly deliveries, and workplace consultancy to improve employee well-being through positive behavioral change. If we receive funding from Venture, we will commence development of our resources. We can generate 40,000 pounds of saving to a medium-sized company, and more importantly, if we prolong one life, our job matters. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done.
Hi, Michaela. It's John here. The judges were really impressed with the clarity and thoughtfulness that had gone into your presentation and also your business ideas. It was very, very clear, and the vision has been very well articulated. I think we wish you well with this idea, and it obviously is addressing a huge number of issues which are present today in many corporates. So all the very best, and I hope that your business goes well.
Thanks very much, John, and well done, girls. Great pitch. You've come a long way in a short space of time. So best of luck for later on. We'll move to our next applicant, Chidozi, with multi-class photo studio and printing services. Are you there, Chidozi? I don't think Chidozi's there just now. We could try and move forward one at the moment. And Chidozi, please let us know if you're here and you can pitch when you arrive. Maybe you've been kicked out by accident or your computer's shut down. But we'll move on. But please put a message or to let us know as soon as you're here so we can go back to you. So the third candidate in this category is Fanny. Fanny, are you there, Fanny?
Yes.
Fanny's calling all the way from France as well. So no borders learning. I'm going to count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Imagine a learning environment where all learners are self-driven, discover themselves, and enjoy the learning process, where teachers are learning activators who tap into students' emerging potential, elevating their strength, resulting in thriving communities of learners. Research and practice demonstrates that we can improve wellness and learning outcomes when we attend to the heart, exercise the mind, and engage the willpower of our learners. But it requires commitment for schools and educators to move away from the game of schools with winners and losers to co-constructing healthy learning ecosystems. I am Fanny Passport, founder of No Borders Learning, the innovation catalyst for education, providing on-site, hybrid, and online professional development services to schools and global educators who are pushing the boundaries of conventional schooling. We are here to help fearless educators who are looking to transform education. We provide various pathways to guide themselves to help them guide themselves and their communities and intentionally create the conditions for all learners to thrive. Thank you.
What a fantastic pitch, very clear and enthusiastic as well. We are going to ask Anne to feedback on this pitch, please.
Hi, Fanny. Thanks also from the judges for your pitch. You're obviously very passionate about what you do and very driven, and you know your sector well. Again, we all really admired your obvious entrepreneurial spirit. That came through really, really strongly for us. To help you move forward, we suggested that you really look at the business model. It's important that, you know, as you grow and scale, that the business will eventually be able to work without you. We thought you needed to look at how you can do that as you scale up. We'd like you to continue to engage with the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and overall, we wish you lots of luck.
Brilliant.
Thank you,
Anne.
for everyone.
Well done again. A really inspirational pitch there, as I said. Okay, so I think Chidozi was here, but we're going to give him a little bit of time to come back in. So he's going to try and get back in. So we'll move to the School of Science and Engineering Award. And first up, we have Adam Hall with Black Rouge. Adam, are you there?
I should be, yeah.
We've got people dialing from all over. Tell everyone where you are today, Adam, and what you're doing.
Yeah, in Austria at the moment, skiing, believe it or not.
And you're helping people though with the
yeah,
Paralympics?
so with the I'm a guide for a visually impaired athlete for the GB Paralympic team. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, so we're moving on to golf. I'm going to give you a 3-second countdown. 3, 2, 1, on you go, Adam.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adam Hall, CEO of Black Rouge. What if I told you I could make you play golf like Tiger Woods? Unfortunately, I am lying, but I can help you dress better than him. Black Rouge is a clothing and accessory company that fuses streetwear with golf wear to create exceptional products suitable for both on and off the course. Golf clothing nowadays is plain, outdated, and all very similar. Our mission is to change this. Our exceptional products will be reducing the fashion industry's carbon footprint and will be completely eco-friendly, using only organic and sustainable materials. The target market in Scotland alone is well over £40 million, and we've already received interest in our products from over 1,000 target demographic customers. We expect to have processed 250 orders from our first year, which will turn over £12,500 in sales alone. It's clear Black Rouge can become a profitable fashion brand and change the futures of many young people today, all right here in golf's birthplace. Thank you.
Brilliant pitch there, Adam. I'm a keen golfer, so I liked your story with Tiger Woods at the beginning. It really kind of caught people's attention, and it's a shame what's happened to Tiger Woods just now with that terrible car crash. So we wish he's recovery soon. And we're going to ask Gary McEwen to feedback on this one. Gary.
Hi, Adam. Yesterday your pitch really was excellent. You came across so well and engaged us right from the beginning, like you did for this audience. So many great businesses are born out of a recognisable dissatisfaction with what's on offer. And what you presented us with was an example of that. A new sort of line of streetwear that's as acceptable and desirable on a night out as it would be on a golf course. A huge market, of course, dominated by some really big brands. So 10 out of 10 for your bravery, entering into that and attempting to carve out a place in that market. And you've also incorporated sustainability into your model, which is becoming a must-have really for businesses of the future. I think what really impressed us most, Adam, though, was actually you and the team that you have created round about you. The business that you proposed to us yesterday definitely divided opinion amongst the judges, whether there was space for such a product line and what it would take, you know, to embed it, gave rise to some interesting conversation. But what absolutely did not split our opinion was the view that we all have of you and the future that you have if you orientate yourself in the right direction. So well done, and thank you for presenting to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gary. And yeah, excellent pitch again, as I said, Adam. So well done. I think we've got Chidozie back, but I think what we should do is keep going with the science and engineering student category. As I should say, this is sponsored by Engineers in Business Fellowship, and science and engineering have been heavily involved as well. We are moving on to Smart Crop. Are you there, Antonio?
Yes, just put the camera.
Okay, I can count you in and you can get going.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, my name is Antonio Rodriguez. I want to present Smart Crop. Research shows Brexit will increase fruit and vegetables by 4%. UK imports 65% of fruit and vegetables, and climate change will further threat suppliers. In 2020, UK added the agriculture bill for farming grants to focus on increasing productivity and climate change. Scotland research shows 80% of the land is under agriculture. High-value crops like strawberries suffer poor forecasting, allocate to impact allocation, labor, and resource for harvesting, losing hundreds of thousands of pounds. A smart crop can help. We help small and medium farmers improve forecasting by enhancing artificial intelligence. A smart crop is a data-driven approach. We enhance artificial intelligence in agriculture, computer vision for crop monitoring, machine learning for forecasting, and dashboards and visualization. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, Antonio. I think the panel was really impressed with this in terms of the technical side of things. We're going to pass on to John Thompson, who's got a lot of experience in this area. John, could you give some words of feedback to summarise the judges' opinion?
Yep. Antonio, well done. And there's a very thought-provoking pitch. What you're doing is extremely interesting. It's a very, very high growth area, the area of AI, machine learning in visual image recognition analytics, most particularly in agriculture. So you're certainly on some focusing on an area where there is going to be very, very significant growth. Obviously, I'm sure your first stage in strawberries, you'll learn a lot and improve your solution, but it has lots of applications to other crops, as I'm sure you know well. So good luck with good luck with that challenge. Good luck with the trials that you referred to, and all the best.
Thank you.
Well done, Antonio. This is truly a very ripe field with lots of growth for your business. Apologies for my bad joke. We're going to pass on. I think we're lucky we've got Chidozie back now. Chidozie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here now.
Fantastic. Did you get chucked out by mistake?
Yeah. Can I go ahead now?
Yeah, no problem. I'll count you in. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, the name of my business proposal is Multi-Class Photo Studio and Printing Services. Our vision is to establish a business which provides high-quality graphic designs and production of images on canvas material. Over time, we hope to incorporate other services, which include photo booth services, and we may have a gallery, which will be called a shrine, where we can display some of our images printed from our studio for sales too. And having noticed that there are very few studios in this locality that provide affordable photo printing services, especially on canvas material, therefore, I thought it would be a good idea to develop a studio which will provide not only canvas material printing, also photocard and other services, which include the gallery and all that. Though we have a target of about £10,000 to start, but £2,500 gotten from this competition will go a long way to at least provide a digital camera, a printer, and a laptop. In the next 4 years, if we achieve our dream, we will give back to the society by donating about 5% of our profit to charity. I'll end this presentation by stating one of the quotes that keep me going: start small, think big. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chidozie. We loved your attitude yesterday, and I'm really pleased that you were able to pitch in the end, because it would have been a shame if you couldn't get in, especially because of the technology. So well done getting back in, and well done in such a good pitch. We're going back to Anne for this bit of feedback, Anne.
Yep. Hi, Chidozie. Well done. Especially not getting thrown by the technical issues. As Brian said, we really enjoyed your pitch yesterday. We really liked seeing your drive and especially your enthusiasm for your idea. And we're all looking forward, to the time when we can all get out and see new venues. We think you have identified a gap in the market, and we hope that you're going to be able to exploit that. To help move your venture forward, we recommend that you really spend time doing a lot more detailed market research, just to make sure that you're going to hit the spot, and also focusing down on your business model. We felt there was too many strands in it at the moment, and we think that'll be a bit of a distraction. We really hope you continue to engage with the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and most of all, we wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, and very well done, Chidozie. Okay, so we can move forward to the audience vote for the last set of pitches. We've got 5: Excite, Chidozie's business, Multi-Class Photo Studio, No Borders Learning, Black Rouge, and Smart Crop. On you go. Remember, it's in the chat. The vote's in the chat, or it might pop up in the middle of the screen for some of you. Hopefully you can all vote. We've got 146 people on the call now, which is fantastic. We've got 45 votes. Keep coming in. We'll try and get up to 105, 110 maybe, hopefully. But there's a clear winner at the moment. Slowly going up. I don't think Black Rouge is going to get caught. It's slowing down, so I'll give it a 10-second countdown for anybody who wants to put a final vote in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, well done, Black Rouge and Adam. Well done.
Cheers. Thanks for that. That's unreal.
And you're in Austria, so that'll be a nice thing to have won this evening so far. So well done.
Cheers.
So we're progressing now really quickly. We're on bang on time. We're on to the final set of 6 pitches. We've got the School of Medicine category and then the staff category next. So the School of Medicine is a new student category sponsored by the School of Medicine, and the School of Medicine is really progressing forward with entrepreneurship, which is great to see. A huge potential at that school. So let's see the 2 student entries for this category. First off, we have Bridging the Gap Academy from Abigail Johnson. Abigail, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello. Okay, I'll count you in. Mustafa's there as well. But 3, 2. Oh, could you put your camera on, Abigail, so we could see you?
Oh, it's on. It's on.
All right.
Can you see me?
See you now. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Imagine that you're a first-year medical student and you have spent the first 4 months of university partying and not studying. Now you have over 200 lectures to catch up on. These lectures are overcrowded and they don't contain the information that you need to pass your exams. So what do? Probably panic. Or imagine that your doctor has been working non-stop and you've got interviews, exams coming up, and you're really struggling to find materials to study from. This is the solution. Bridging the Gap Academy. I'm Abigail Johnson, CEO of Bridging the Gap Academy, which is a medical educational platform that provides both live and pre-recorded affordable courses for medical students and doctors. Currently, there are no live or pre-recorded courses that cover everything that medical students need to know to pass their exams. We want to help students by reducing their stress, saving their time, and helping them get better grades. We predict a 6-figure net profit in 3 years. We've already had traction from the UK and worldwide, ranging from the USA to Pakistan. Today, we're asking for funding and guidance to take Bridging the Gap Academy worldwide. Thank you.
Very well done, Abigail. Very clear and slick. You went through the Enterprise Challenge and you did really well there too, so well done. Gary McEwen, could you comment on this one, please?
Yeah, happy to. Thanks, Abigail. You presented a really compelling pitch to us yesterday, which we all really enjoyed. The best way to find a market gap is to have been the person who experienced it and then really understands it, which came across yesterday. We all see gaps from time to time, but very few of us are really compelled to start businesses that actually fix them like you have. So your application was superb, as was the credibility that you both brought to the pitch. You explained very well the chasm that faces medics as they attempt to adjust to the realities of delivering medical care when compared to studying medical care. It's hard to believe that professionals would be so in need of additional education to enable them to work effectively, but you've certainly come up with a model that resolves that, and not just in theory, but in a practical way that you've developed through being in the same position yourself. You demonstrated a really good understanding of what is in the market currently, and you were very honest in your appraisal of them, for better or worse. So you've involved the market in your development so far, dipping your toe in the water with some real live classes. And these are providing you with some high quality feedback now. So your business has great potential. The very best businesses will ensure that what they're offering is perfectly aligned with the needs and expectations of their clients. The way that you're going about this exercise, we hope, will uncover this for you. If you get this right, we felt that the business could have huge financial potential, but getting your route into the relevant markets was going to be your biggest challenge, but we all wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Gary and Abigail. Great pitch to kick this category off. Second, we have Firas Bakri from Xavier Bionics. And Firas is a Jordanian graduate. He graduated last summer in medicine, doing his master's there. And he's been endorsed with an entrepreneurial visa by the university to grow and start his business in Scotland. So over to you, Firas. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you. Nice to see you, Firas.
Nice to see you.
I'll count you in.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, did you know that you have 206 bones in your body? As a surgeon, that is 206 parts of you, given unfortunate circumstances, potentially need fixing. Currently, if you need to get a fracture fixed, you'll get a scan, and your surgeon will look at an image on a screen to work out the best solution for you. What if your surgeon could, just by putting on a headset and logging onto an app, consult with other experts from around the world, who could all look at the 3D model of your fracture taken directly from your CT or MRI scan in augmented reality? What if they could not only look at it, but multiple experts could work with and manipulate the model to plan your treatment? I'm sure you'd have better, more efficient care from professionals who are connected across the globe, ensuring you the best results. Our product, Cyclops, allows surgeons to remotely collaborate in real time, resulting in better training for professionals and improving quality of life for patients. I'm Firas Bakri, co-founder of Xavier Bionics, a medtech company developing cutting-edge medical solutions, and we intend to become a family of 87 employees in 5 years with an annual turnover of £35 million. You can help us get there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Firas. And it's fantastic to see that ambition for someone coming to Scotland and realising the assets we have here to help you start and grow a business in Dundee. Claudia.
Hi, Firas. Good to see you again. Fantastic pitch today, and as it was yesterday. And I really enjoyed reading your application, and watching your videos is absolutely fascinating. So it was really good to have all those visual cues for the judges to understand what you're talking about, because it's not always easy to visualize such a complex system. I think what came through was really your understanding of the market. You have that deep expertise, which gives validation to your business idea. With the right funding, you are really close to market because you're developing the software product. So we think that this is a fantastic opportunity, quite investable, and we hope that you'll be able to progress the way you have planned it, which means that you can be such an ambitious business that you're planning to be here in Scotland and in Dundee. So we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Well done again, Firas, and thanks, Claudia. I'm sure you'll be wanting Firas to apply for Converge this year for the deadline on the 30th of March.
We did.
Okay, so that was the School of Medicine category, the two finalists, an excellent standard there, and we've got 4 excellent finalists for the staff category, which is always the biggest category, as some of you may know. We've got £11,000 for this category, sponsored by Research and Innovation Services, Organisational Professional Development, and the School of Science and Engineering. So this is always quite an exciting category. I'm going to invite our first finalist to Andrew. Are you there, Andrew?
I'm here, yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect. Is your camera on?
It is, yes.
Okay. And Biomed Print 3D. I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, my name is Andrew Dennison, founder of Biomed Print 3D. The pandemic highlighted a supply risk using a globally centralized manufacturing model. This was evidenced by shortages in PPE and medical devices. So we ask, can biomedical additive manufacture provide a local emergency solution? And yes, we believe it can. But how will we do this? Biomedprint 3D seeks to embed a specialist additive manufacturing service hub at the point of need, the interface between research and healthcare in Tayside. As this will be the first of its kind in Scotland, we will build a model that can be replicated across the country to build a decentralised collaborative network of hubs, and one that can offer local emergency production resilience to our vital healthcare sector. We will do this while offering regular services to support innovation, training, and research, while also following international standards. This will ensure quality, safety, and efficacy. In 3 years, we predict a minimum profit of 200,000 locally to grow our capacity and support generation of hopefully at least 8 local jobs. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant, Andrew. Really good pitch there. You did so well to cover so much in only 1 minute there. So very well done.
Thank you.
John, could you comment on this one, please?
Yeah. So Andrew, well done. It was a great pitch. This area that you've chosen to focus on is obviously got huge implications for the welfare of everybody in Tayside. It's also very timely insofar as everybody's looking to how we can actually provide top-rate healthcare and highly specialized manufacturing, reducing carbon miles. So it's a very, very good initiative that you're working on. As you know, the world of additive manufacturing is growing extremely fast, and indeed also in the biomedical space through the use of 3D printers. I think it's going to be hugely a very, very high growth area. I think the returns could be potentially significant, and we would encourage you to think through your business model as you move forward. So I'm sure that we'll all look forward to monitoring how this particular business progresses going forward, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. This category was a really high standard, and that was a great starting pitch for it. Next up, we've got eNRC with Shaheen from our School of Science and Engineering. Shaheen, are you there?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My product is. Can I start, or do you want to count?
I'll cut you in so we get the timer. Okay.
Sure. What? I should. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everybody. My product is called eNRC. That is an electroactive nerve conduit. Nerve conduits are tubular structures that enable the damaged nerves to grow and reconnect. In my system and material, electroactivity and biocompatibility encourage nerve cells to reproduce and reconnect notably. And this brings back the sensing ability to disabled people. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Shaheen. When we've seen this idea, we thought this could be incredible for the world. So really keen to see how this progresses. We have Anne to feedback on this one. Anne? Are you muted, Anne?
Sorry, I was on a roll there as well. Thanks, Shaheen. Great pitch, both yesterday and today. So the judges, we really recognise the innovation involved in what you're doing, and also the potential for patient impact in an area where there's clearly unmet medical need. What we recommend next is working on a detailed technology roadmap, so it's clear to funders and investors what you need to do to get to market. And we do appreciate that you're quite early on in the process, and you're going to need a lot of resource and funding to get there. The office I work in, so Research and Innovation Services, we're obviously really happy to help you on that, and also make sure you've got a clear IP strategy. And we recommend you continue to engage with both us and the Centre for Entrepreneurship, and we can help you on your spin-out journey.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant, Anne and Antonio. As I said, it could be potentially a life-changing business for millions of people. So in this category, had that right through it. So well done, Antonio. Next up from our School of Medicine, we've got John Forster with Glen Clover Scientific. John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Is your camera on?
Yeah.
I'll count you in.
Okay, thanks.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, my name is John Forster. I'm a clinical academic working out of Nine Wells Hospital in Dundee. I'm a dermatologist and also active in research. If you have a really bad inflammation in your body causing problems such as inflammatory bowel disease or asthma or arthritis or skin disease, chances are you'll be given treatment with a drug called a biologic. These often work wonders. Problem is, they're also super expensive, often costing to the tune of £10,000 for each patient for each year of treatment. That's why we have founded Glen Clover Scientific. We have a new technology allowing us to replace these expensive drugs with a simple jab. It works just like a vaccine, except it doesn't fight a virus, rather it finds the protein causing the problem. Our first prototype is going to be a jab against itchy skin in elderly people, which is a big problem. Using our technology, we hope to contribute towards fighting the relentless explosion in drug costs that is crippling healthcare providers around the globe. Thanks for your attention.
Brilliant, John. Great to hear this pitch today and yesterday. We have Claudia feeding back on this one.
Hi, John. Fantastic pitch again. I just love this category. The innovation coming through is absolutely mind-blowing. And what you have done yesterday in particular was explaining such a complex technology in a very easy way so that everybody on the panel could understand not only how it works, but the potential of that. Your mix of scientific data and cartoons was absolutely perfect, and everybody really got behind you. Even if people can't really understand the technology, we can see that this can go places. It is great to see that you have found a way to make what is now an expensive technology much more affordable, which means that it can now really be developed and utilized in many, many areas. You've identified your beachhead market, which is great, but we know that there is much more behind that. So we think this is a great proposition, an investable proposition. You have identified also a way to finance your work going forward, but we do encourage you to think about growth funding, so perhaps investment opportunities, because this definitely has potential. So best of luck, and we look forward to seeing how you progress.
Thank you for your kind words. Much appreciated.
Brilliant, John, and thanks so much, Claudia, for such positive feedback there. Our very final pitch of today, and last and not least, we've got Helge Dorfmuller with Rhapsida from our School of Life Sciences. Helge, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Brian.
Good. I'll count you in, Helge. 3, 2, 1, go.
Did you know that a mild tonsillitis can develop into a lethal disease? Strep A bacteria kill more than 500,000 people every year. Every minute, one patient dies. Strep A vaccines do not exist, and a prophylactic vaccine has been made a priority by the WHO. My name is Dr. Helge Dorfmuller. I'm founder and CSO of Rhapsida. My team's fundamental understanding on how Strep A bacteria produce a protective sugar coating has been translated into an exciting, innovative, and state-of-the-art vaccine production platform, which allows safe, cheap, and a universal Strep A production, which is IP protected. The production costs are unprecedented low, with around 10 cents, and it would be affordable for developing countries. The untapped Strep A vaccine market is worth over $1 billion per year, and Rhapsida aims to claim a third of this within the next 10 to 15 years. Strep A vaccines made in Dundee, protecting the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Helge, and we'll love that closing line from your pitch yesterday as well. So great to see you using it again. Claudia.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and hi, Helge. We can't lie and say that we were a bit tired after 21 pitches, but when you came in, you kept us all glued to the screen, and we can all see the potential of this opportunity. We loved hearing about it. We love talking to you about how long you have to make this a success, but actually, we don't think it's going to be that long. For this kind of opportunities, we know that the journey ahead, it can be quite hard and long, but we think that what you have is a fantastically investable opportunity from today So we know that you will want to build your IP, your equity, but do think about investment because, you know, let's be honest, if you were in America, you would have received your investment already. So let's just be ambitious because we think that this opportunity can really fly. So best of luck, and we will keep an eye on you.
Thank you very much, Claudia, and the rest of the judges. Thank you.
Thank you, Helga. Great pitch once more. And Claudia, thank you for the feedback. That was the final pitch today. I hope you've all been really inspired. There's 6 pitches now for the final audience vote. We've got Bridging the Gap, Xavier Bionics, Biomed, Print 3D, eNRC, Glen Clover Scientific, and Rapsida. So let's go for the final audience vote of today. Which business, which pitch inspired you the most today? We've got quite a close vote here. There's 3 out on their own. Bridging the Gap, Xavier Bionics, and Rapsida. Keep voting if you've not voted already. Every vote's going to count in this one. I'm going to do so tight, I'm going to set a timer on my watch. We'll start with 1 minute now. It's so close. Rapsida's out in front. $99 votes now. There's a few more people still to vote there. $100 votes. Okay. I think Rapsida's now just edging it ahead. We have somebody in the chat saying number 6 as well. Okay, we've got 10 seconds now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Rapsida. Helge, well done.
Thank you very much for all the votes. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all. Very good stuff. Really good stuff.
That was very close. 32 votes versus 28 and 26. So really good. That just reflects this category, how strong it was, and great to see both the School of Medicine one. The School of Medicine one. So we're now going to the exciting part of today, where everyone's been building up to. Our new principal, Professor Ian Gillespie, is here. We're delighted to have him and welcome him and to the university. He's got a huge experience and background in enterprise and research commercialization. So this is completely up his street. So we're delighted to have him as part of the university and leading us forward. Ian, are you there?
Certainly am, Brian. Here and enjoying it all, admiring so many of these wonderful pitches and great ideas. And of course, I want them all to be winners.
It's hard. There has to be some winners, some losers, but they are all winners in our book because they've got this far and they've done so well. So we'll get you to comment on what your thoughts on every pitch after we do the announcements. I'll go through each category one by one, and then you can read out the winner before we reveal the check. Okay, so before we do that, can I just ask everyone to use whatever you want, the chat or any animations or even a quick shout out, just to clap and say very well done to everyone who's pitched today and joined the competition.
Well done, super.
Fantastic. So I didn't know how that would go, but it went down okay.
It's better than your joke anyway, Brian.
I promise to do no more jokes. I think, if anything, this has really showcased the breadth of innovation throughout all our university, the schools in our university and departments. And so I think you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. Okay, let's move on to revealing the winners. So the first category, the Student Award for £3,000. Now this category, I'll just get rid of some of these notifications. Hold on a second. Okay, so there was 2 prize winners in this category. Ian, could you reveal the runner-up in second place, please?
So the second place was Athena Beauty.
And feel free to clap and so on again. But your animations, well done. Congratulations. As I said, your pitch was really well received, your energy, enthusiasm, and there's a definite gap in the market there. So very well done. You've won £1,000 towards your business idea and a place on the Summer Accelerator program with Elevator. Great. Okay, Ian, next up, the winner of this category?
Well, in first place, and one of many pitches we've seen today about health and well-being, the winner of this category is Peace of Mind.
Congratulations, Lauren. Very well done. £2,000 to help you on your business journey. Congratulations. Really worthy pitch, and I think your product and service could really help a lot of people through some tough times. So congratulations.
Congratulations to my daughter. That's Lauren Pringle.
Oh, brilliant. So
congratulations, Lauren.
Oh, well done. So
well done for my mum. Proud mum tonight.
Very proud of you.
Very proud, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
And
Pringle.
can I just say thank you? I just wanted to say well done for all the other presenters also. So I've watched it from the very beginning. Well done.
Glad you enjoyed it. Well done.
Very much so. Thank you.
Great shout out. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, feel free to shout out for any positive shouts throughout this. Okay, so that's the first category over with. We're going to move on to the School of Art and Design category, sponsored by Douglas Johnston. Okay, Ian, so we had a second placed winner in this category. If you could reveal that, Ian.
So in second place is Sens.
Congratulations, Sens. They thought there was a huge amount of potential for your business. They thought the most important thing the judges thought would be a place on the Elevator Accelerator program. So I think you'll be happy with that. We think there's a lot of potential there, like Yusuf had said, and this is the best way to really help you launch that company that the judges believed. So well done. In first place, Ian.
And the winner, and I'm going to order one myself, is Nozzle.
Congratulations, Glenn. £2,500 for your bespoke 3D printed bike frames, and you also won the iPad. Very well done, and congratulations. We look forward to working with you as well.
Can I just say thank you to all the judges. That really means a huge amount to me and for everyone who voted as well and who believes in it. And just lastly, thank you to all the family that helped me and the staff who helped me along the way as well. It's been really a great experience, all of it. Thank you.
Fantastic. You've worked really hard at this.
Well done, Glenn.
Woo! Okay, congratulations. You can celebrate tonight. Okay, so the School of Life Sciences Student Award. We had one clear winner in this category for the £3,000 prize funding. I'm going to ask Ian to reveal the winner now.
It's Bless Your Brain.
Congratulations, £3,000 for Bless Your Brain.
Well, we're not expecting this. Thank you very much.
Very well done, girls. It was an excellent proposal.
Thank you very much to everyone.
And the judges were really impressed with your pitch and your energy and your passion for the subject matter. Again, a business that can make huge difference. So, and we look forward to seeing you in the Summer Accelerator program too. Okay, so we're going to move on to the recent graduate award category. Again, £3,000 sponsored by Yusuf's company Idea. And we had a tie here. So two joint winners. Can you reveal the first one, Ian?
I'd be delighted to reveal them both. And both of them, again, are coming up with innovations that are very exciting. So the first winner is J. Rao, Contemporary Apothecary.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you.
£2,500. It's third time lucky, and we should say that to you all. You can keep coming back and reapply as long as you qualify for each category. Recent graduates as well can apply. But very well done, Jennifer. I think the judges have been so impressed. You're such a good presenter, but also the fact that the last couple of years you've taken on board the feedback, you've turned the negatives into a positive, and you've now finally won. So very well done.
Thank you for all your help.
No problem. So,
and then the second, first equal, and I wish I had some right now, is Talon Moore.
Congratulations, Lewis. Very well done. Are you there, Lewis?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means the world.
Is that going to really help you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it just means that we can start developing and start producing as soon as possible. So that's absolutely brilliant. Thanks so much.
Amazing. So people can sign up on Lewis's website. I think he's doing some trials as well, maybe. So you might be able to get a taste of it, which to see if it tastes as good as it looks. Well done, Lewis.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
I look forward to that, Lewis. I can tell you.
Okay. So we're sorry. Somebody want to speak? No. Okay. We'll move on to the next category, the postgraduate researcher category, £2,500, sponsored by the Doctoral Academy. Ian, could you present the winner?
Well, the very exciting Excite.
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
£2,500 to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Susanna and Mitchie. You've really turned around your pitch and you worked very hard. It was such a compelling proposal, and I think there's a lot of potential for you to help small businesses across the UK to offer something really tangible to help their employees with mental health and to improve their working conditions. So very well done. And
thank you very much.
You're able to secure a place on the accelerator program once you're able to take that up. I know you're finishing your PhDs just now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, so we're down to the last three categories. We're going to move on to the School of Science and Engineering. We've got £3,000 of funding provided sponsorship, which is fantastic. And the winner is Ian.
Well, I was really excited by this particular one. I have to say, Brian, it's draws in a lot of my own science areas. So I was delighted to see it. So the winner is Smart Crop.
Congratulations, Antonio. £3,000 for your business idea. Very well done. And
thank you very much.
Very well done. The school are very keen on supporting you as well. Maury Newlands and your Dean Jose. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well done. A lot of potential there. So 2 categories left. This is the new School of Medicine category, as I mentioned earlier. Again, such a competitive category. 2 excellent finalists here. So we have got a first and a second place. If Ian, could you reveal the second place?
So in second place, and this will make all party animals happy, Bridging the Gap Academy.
Congratulations, Abigail Mustafa. Are you there?
Yeah. Hi. Thanks so much, guys. That's amazing. And special thanks to you, Brian. You encouraged us after the Enterprise Challenge to come back and think about Bridging the Gap Academy.
No problem. Very well done. You've got traction and there's a clear gap in the market. So very well done. And Abigail pitched excellently as well. So very well done. And Mustafa had to take a break out of working up at 9 Wells yesterday just to pitch and scrubs. So it was well worth it. Well done.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
And then first place in this category, as I said, was very competitive, but first place, Ian.
Very competitive indeed, but really an incredibly exciting project. Xavier Bionics.
Oh, celebration. Fantastic. Sounds like that's live from Jordan, Firas.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Joining from back home.
Mabruk, Firas. Mabruk.
Thank you. Thank you, Khalid.
2,500 pounds. Very well done. You've been on the accelerator program already, so that's really helped you. But any other member of your team can go on it as well if you wanted. But yeah, delighted to have you here in Scotland now to stay and support you in starting your business here in Dundee. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so now to the final category of this evening, the staff award. And as you've probably seen, there was more funding handed out in certain categories based on the discretionary fund that was topped up for specific awards. So this specific category, there was £15,000 allocated to this category. There was 4 finalists, as you know, but we had a runner-up and 2 joint winners. So Ian, could you reveal the staff award runner-up for 2021?
Well, Brian, I'm sure this is a tough one because there were some fantastic bids here, but the runner-up staff award is eNerve-C.
Congratulations. Shaheen, are you there?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Dedicated from the School of Science and Engineering, who, again, are wanting to support you as much as possible. They're very keen and very excited by what you've got. And Anne, who mentioned earlier, I think RIS have research and engineering service could help you greatly. So very well done. Well done, Shaheen.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got 2 joint winners. Can you reveal the first joint winner, Ian?
So the first joint winner, and what a great idea, what a great flight as well. I enjoyed that very much. Glen Clover Scientific.
Congratulations, John. £6,500.
Thank you so much. That's very, very much appreciated. And I hope we'll put it to good use. And I hope we'll be able to return all the support. Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed the process.
And also, congratulations to every one of the others. I know how much work went into this, and I'm keenly aware that all the proposals I've seen were really, really fabulous. And it's great to work in such a great community. So thank you very much.
Very well done, John. It was such a competitive and difficult and high quality category. So well done. Joint first place. And finally, Ian, our final winner of this evening.
Well, it's a shame it's a final winner because I'm enjoying this so much, but it's a fantastic project, a great pitch. The final winner of the night is Rapsida.
Congratulations, Helge. Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you very much to my entire team and inside, outside the lab and at home. So thank you very much, all of you, for your support.
£6,500. And I hope your family managed to support you and dial in from Germany, I think it is, yeah?
Yeah, looking forward to working with all you guys together. Thank you so much.
Well done. Again, such a life-changing business potential there. So a huge congratulations to all the winners and the finalists. I think it deserves a final round of applause to everyone who pitched today and the winners. So very well done. I'm going to provide some thanks, but before I do, I would just like to pass over to our new principal, Professor Ian Gillespie, for some closing remarks.
Well, thanks, Brian. I've been here now for 2 months. I don't feel so new any longer, but I guess the reality is I still am new. So it's yeah, that's the best picture. What a really exciting afternoon this has been. It's a great end to the week. Congratulations to all the winners, to the runners up, and to those who didn't quite manage to get the prize. Keep going, keep going. I mean, you've seen it. You know, 3 times a winner. I'm very inspired by many of the ideas that I've heard this afternoon. I'm also very determined that we create an even more exciting innovation ecosystem in Dundee. We've just signed the Taste Series deal. There's a lot of very exciting big projects going on. But of course, big projects are no use without the ideas, without that innovation, without things that push through into creation of markets that attract funding. And that's what we need to be able to do as a university. We need to be able to provide the support for entrepreneurs, support at all stages as we move forwards to creation of businesses, attraction of investment, creation of jobs, and hopefully anchoring many of these and at least the value here in Dundee. And I think the future and the opportunity for that's very bright from all they've seen. So perhaps I can just thank the judges, really thank the sponsors, and most of all, thank all the competitors for what's been a very exciting end to this year's process. Keep going. Let's see more next year. And indeed, let's continue with that pipeline and the excitement as One Dundee, as a community, really putting our brains, our firepower, our intellects at the service of our community. Congratulations to everyone.
Brilliant, Ian. Thanks so much for such a warm closing remarks there. And as I said, we're delighted to have you on board to drive forward this area for the university, as well as the support we've had from all the executive team, which is continuous, and we really need that, and it's sort of very valued, as well as Shona Johnson and Graham Nicholson from Student Services, who are nothing but encouraging. So thank you all to your continued support. So a final congratulations to all the winners and finalists. As Ian said, for the people who didn't win today, you've definitely done the university proud. And even if you haven't won, it's not a no, it's a not yet. So please keep coming to us, and we're happy to support you. Take on board the feedback you've received, and we look forward to seeing how you adapt and change your propositions to reflect that. And Ian, thank the judges and sponsors one final time. Without them, again, they all sponsored and they dedicated all this time. I hope you all enjoyed the process. I know you were very tired yesterday, but without you guys, we couldn't really provide such valuable feedback. And finally, just want to thank you, a huge thank you to my team. We've got a team of 6 students who work 13 hours a week, juggling all their studies and their exams. We've got Maria and Rachel, who are new members of the team this year. Maria running our workshops and being our engagement officer. She's just completely slotted into the team. Rachel, our fabulous designer, who's studying architecture, who's created all the promotional material, all the slides today, the brochure and so on. She's very talented, so we're lucky to have you both part of the team. Ethan, Dominica and Nusa, who have been longer members of this team and who are graduating this summer. We're going to miss greatly. Ethan doing all our PR and marketing and meetings with people, colleagues across the university and beyond to come up with new initiatives and so on, which he's great at. Dominica, who does all the technical side of things, particularly like the live events with all those over 1,000 people on Wednesday attending our public lecture, which was a huge pressure for her, but she dealt with it incredibly well. And Nusa, who has got such a fantastic way in speaking to all our participants and speakers, and she's got a really successful business career ahead of her. Finally, our Joanna, who's in charge of logistics for the centre, who we've had for seems like forever now. She's studying life sciences, and we really hope she's going to stay for one more year to do a master's in Dundee because she's just so passionate about the centre, and her smile just lights up the team whenever she's part of it. Finally, our two enterprise educators, John Wilsden. Some of you might have had him in the modules. He's probably the most energetic individual in the whole university. His enthusiasm is just loved by the students in particular. So John, I hope you've enjoyed this evening. And Chris, who I think all of you know as well, who works closely with John and with me. He does about 3 jobs in one, and he's only on 4 days a week, so I don't know how he managed to cram it all in. But a huge thanks to you, Chris. And finally, the real thanks has to go to Zoe, who does all the hard work behind all the scenes, makes everything work, organised, make sure me and Chris are know what we're doing at the right time. And without you, Zoe, I don't know what would have happened this week. So a huge thank you to you. You're such an important part of our team, and we look forward to seeing you grow in your career as things progress. Well done. And that's it. A final thank you to the sponsors, and we'll hope to work with you going forward and make Venture 2022 even bigger. I hope you all enjoyed this evening, and please have a great weekend. This is all going to be recorded as well as all of our other events from Entrepreneurship Week, and we look forward to seeing you in the centre in person, hopefully soon, and on campus. Thank you all again, and well done to everyone who took part.
Thank you.
Well done.